afternoon, shortly after a post that I just put up from the retreat. Y'all come on in and get this lunch snack, this afternoon snack. Here's my cord. Come on in. Let's talk about waiting on God and what we ought to be doing when we're waiting on the Father. Y'all come on in. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Good to see you, Arthur. So good to see you, Shawnee. So good to see you as well. Y'all come on in. I just felt inclined to go live after posting this video about being single and waiting on God. Sometimes we get impatient. That's when we get in trouble. When we get impatient and our flesh get in the way. This is when we get in trouble, and this is when God can't use us in the totality that He wishes to. Hey there, Jerry. Hey, bless your cotton socks. Hey, it's Oprah fan. Listen, y'all, come on in. Good afternoon. Hey, Danny, thank you so much for the follow. Y'all come on in. Let's talk a little bit about waiting on God. Let's talk a little bit about waiting on God, especially when you are single, because it can be some trying times when you are waiting on God. But do you know something? There are blessings in the wait. You hear me? There are blessings in the wait. See, some of us, we are single and we are searching for someone or something to fill the void that only God can fill. Yeah. We're waiting on something or someone to fill a void only God can fill. I'm going to share this with you guys. It's something that God gave me right during the retreat that we just had last week. And when I tell you it was phenomenal, this was not your average retreat where you come and you get spa services and we eat good and all that stuff. No. It was more than that, because that is what God commissioned me to do for singles. I was sharing with them. We had a space in the house that was just designated. It was a designated waiting room, right? And what God was giving me was, if you imagine when you have a doctor's appointment, you know that is your appointment. You know that no other patient is going to get your appointment. Hello? You know that I got this date and I have an appointed time when I get to see the doctor. This is my time. And so we do certain things to get prepared for the appointment. We go into the large waiting room. We sign in. Y'all see where I'm going? You following me yet? We sign in and we wait. When we commit to God, that's us signing in. And you have to wait, because everybody has an appointed date and an appointed time that you know belongs to you. But what happens when we sit in that waiting room and everybody else is being called except for us? Those of us that are impatient, we jump up and we go to the counter. Hey, when is it my turn? I was here before her and she got to go in here before me. It's the same way when we're single. We commit to Christ and we sit there and we get impatient. We get impatient. We got distractions that come. We got the flesh that'll rise within us saying, hey, I can't wait no more. I need to make my own decisions without God. But God is commissioning us to wait on Him. Blessings to you too, the love coach. God is commissioning us to wait on Him. See, we don't understand the concept of waiting. The concept of waiting is while you're waiting, do what waiters do, and that's serve the Most High God. But no, we too busy. We got to find us. We got to go get in a relationship, and you mess around and get with somebody that God ain't destined for your life. Will it be a lesson? Absolutely. But we put so much heartache on ourselves when it's unnecessary. We got to follow this blueprint, y'all. And when you're in a waiting season, some people say, well, God, I've been waiting on God and He ain't come yet. I've been serving Him. God sitting back saying, no, I'm waiting on you because I've been here all the time. See, unlike the tradition where we got to go to a doctor, some of us got to go see our primary care to get a referral to go see a specialist. God is the doctor, the specialist, the primary care, and everything else that you need. But we take it upon ourselves to refer to another relationship that lends us no results, lends us more heartache, lends us more pain. But God is requiring us to wait. And in that waiting season, the question we should be asking God is not, where are you? Because we know he's there. The question we should be asking God is, what is it that you would have me to do in this waiting season? What is it that I have not done, God, that I need to do? What part of me do I need to change before you send me my kingdom mate? See, we don't know we ain't never been with a king. We won't know what to do when we get in the presence of one. But we want God to send us one. You ain't ready. You're not ready. If you pick up the Bible and you read, I see a lot of us putting hashtag Proverbs 31 woman, wearing t-shirts that say virtuous woman. When you go to read the scripture, Proverbs 31 was not a lazy woman. This woman was amazing. Matter of fact, she excelled the virtuous woman. So when we say these things, we got to know what we're saying. Many of us want a husband, but we won't know what to do when one comes. So God, I'm not ready. Help me to get ready. What is it that I need to do in my preparation season? Because while you're in that waiting room, see, what happens is once you get called from the big waiting room, then you go to a smaller waiting room. See, God's saying, you almost there, but you're not there quite yet. I still need you to wait a little bit more. There's some things I need you to see because, see, whoever you end up with, whoever that kingdom-minded mate that you end up with, they going to have some residue that you need to know how to deal with. You need to know how to deal with the heart and the mind of that man that God places in your presence. And if you're not ready, you're not going to know what to do. So we move from one big waiting room to a smaller waiting room. But what will you do in the wait? See, a lot of us are tired. A lot of us are frustrated. A lot of us are fearful. God is requiring more. Sure, it's a lot of people out there getting married. It's a lot of people saying I do because they're impatient. They haven't waited on the Father. Then you get in a relationship and then the next prayer you're saying, Lord, get me out of this. Lord, if you help me out of this. See? Then now we find ourselves making all these concessions for Christ. God is not a genie that you just rub and say, okay, I want this and I want to. No. That's not how it works. See, the Bible tells us that much is given, much is required. That's right. That's right, Alicia. That whole part. Much is required. See, when it comes to chosen, there's a difference. When you're just out here doing whatever, the Bible tells us that many are called, but few are chosen. When you are chosen, thank you for the gifts. Hello, Shelley from Boston. When you are chosen, God requires a little bit more sacrifice from you. Because why? He knows that the charge that he has for your life, the destiny that was given to you before you was in your mother's womb, was going to require more. So yeah, I saw a girl once. She put up a post about, she said she was in Home Depot looking for her man. Well, ma'am, yes, you're going to find a man. You can find any old man anywhere. Go stand on the corner, you'll find one. But you're not going to find a husband, though. That's the difference. When you are chosen, we got a new walk with Christ. And there are some things that we have to do before that appointed time. Because if you desire a husband, there is an appointed time for you. There is an appointed time for you. But God not going to put you in the presence of a king until you've been with one. And that's him. We looking for the carnal man, the one that God ain't positioned us for. Now you gonna learn from it. But that's not what God desires for your life. We get impatient till I gotta do this on my own. We know better than God. Wait a minute now. We know better than him. See, God knows what you need in your life before you do. He knows what's around the corner. He knows what's to come in 2 years. He knows what's to come in 10 years. You link up with the wrong one, and they're going to walk away because why? They're not assigned to you. We're worried about the one that walked away. God had to extract them because they weren't prepared and assigned to deal with the residue of you. Y'all, it's simple, but it's not. Because sometimes it's difficult waiting. I hear you, cocoa butter. I hear you. And this is how God works. We have to see when God unctions me. I don't come on here every day. I don't come on here. I don't have a planned day. I don't. I come when God tell me to come. That's it. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, Paige, it can be painful. But you know what? We have to know without a doubt that God, although I'm in the wait, I will patiently wait on you. God, because you know what I need in my life. So although it's painful, although it's frustrating, although I can't see nothing, although I don't hear nothing, I trust you, God. See, it takes courage to trust God. Because, see, sometimes we so in our human element that spiritually we can't see because we got these blockers on. You see, we got these platforms that show this relationship, that relationship. Oh, they happy, and oh, they got this. They just bought a house, and oh, all this other stuff. But that very same couple could have all hell breaking loose in their house. And you sitting back wishing that you had a relationship like theirs. Hello, somebody. We got to get away from that. We got to get away from that. And I'll share this too. Just because they're in the church don't mean they for you. Some of us, we go to church, you know, we shouting and we jumping around because we want the husband to see us. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Because just because he's in the church don't mean he's compatible for you. Don't be fooled. Y'all, let me tell you something. Before the real thing shows up in your presence, counterfeits gonna come. And the only way you truly gonna be able to see those counterfeits is if your life is lined up with God. You need to be able to spiritually hear. Shalom, my brother. You got to be able to spiritually hear. You have to be able to spiritually see. I can't check your fruit if I'm not fruitful. Hello? So we got to do a better job at getting ready, getting prepared. Y'all, it's time out for the foolishness. It's time out for the play. It's time out for all of that. We got to get serious about our relationship with Christ. See, we so blinded that we believe I can fulfill this void with this earthly vessel. We done tried everything else. We done tried relationship after relationship. But have we truly considered God in this equation? How can you have a kingdom relationship without Christ? I don't know. Do y'all know? How can we truly have a kingdom relationship without the King himself? What does that mean? That means I have to be aligned with the King. Right, Wanda? It's not possible. And it ain't gonna work. Y'all, we cannot exclude God from the equation. And so in the single season, God is requiring you to get closer to him. Uh-oh. Somebody thought that was false. See, he can better use you when you're single. You got time. You got time. When we get caught up in a relationship, it's like, oh, we kind of put God on the back burner. But God says, for my chosen ones, even the Bible tells us that he is nigh to the brokenhearted. But when we get brokenhearted, we run from God because we think God done us wrong. No, you chose. You chose. And sure, it's not always Danny, but a lot of times it is. A lot of times it is. And so this message may not be for everybody. And if it's not for you, you have the liberty to change the channel. But if it is for you, God says that my sheep will know my voice. And when you hear it, harden not your heart. So there are seasons in this thing. Sometimes we hear certain things, but then there are times that we hear things and it's not for us at that time because we may not be ready yet. We may not be ready to hear the truth. But for those that are, stick around. Because God's got a message for you. There are plenty of people on this platform. I don't have to have 100 people in my life. See, I get solace and peace and victory just in the one. Just in the one. Yeah, that's right, Lene. Lene says, I would rather be by myself until God is ready for me to be with someone else. You better know it, sis. You better know it. See, in the wait, you got to have patience. The Bible tells us that patience is a virtue. Yes, it can be difficult sometimes, but you got to be patient. Why? Because I'm reminding you of your appointment. You have one. You have one. But you got to wait. If you ain't seen God yet and you ain't seen nothing happening, remember, ask God, what more do I need to do for you, Father? What is it in me that I need to purify? What's that part in me that's just not pure yet? Because see, a lot of us do things in the carnal and we think we're getting credit for that. It is through your spirit. Is there truth in that spirit of what you're doing? Some of us, we sit back, we get angry because how's she married? What's she done? What's wrong with me? I can't even celebrate my sister that just got married because I don't know what I'm doing. But if you have the wherewithal, you would know. If my sister, someone who I converse with and I see all the time, if she's got it, that means it's en route to me at some point. Because you got to see some stuff before you see some stuff. You hear what I say? It's okay, speakable. It's all right. It's all right. Let it hit you hard, but in the hitting, let it change some behaviors. You see what I'm saying, sis? So if it's close to me, if it's in the vicinity of me, God, I must be on the right track. But no, we sit back and jealous. We sit back, congratulations, sis. Congratulations, queen. And then we sit back, well, why she got married? I look better than her. But it's in your vicinity, though. So you got to support and praise and celebrate your sister when it's her turn. Because, God, I know my turn is coming up soon. What else I got to do? That's surrender. You see, when we get to that place where we're tired of fighting against the currents of life, we're tired of fighting against, I must be doing something wrong because this just ain't working out for me. I'm not able to choose right. And I talked about this too at the retreat. Loving with that deceitful heart. The Bible says that we have a deceitful heart. So how can we love properly without Christ? Our hearts will deceive us. But we got to get to that place where we say, God, you know what? With my old deceitful heart, because I don't trust my heart to choose, God, help me. Help me to see better. Because we should be able to see the counterfeits when they come. We should. But no, we don't. Because we're frustrated and waiting. That's right, our feelings, our emotions. We get wrapped up and tied into all of that. And with our old deceitful hearts, we start talking about we love it. I done fell in love. Well, why are you falling? Why are you falling for anybody? What you tripping over somebody for? You falling in love? Don't fall. Y'all, you understand what I'm saying? You know? But we got to take this thing one step at a time. One step at a time. That's good, Paige. I'm glad it's for you. One step at a time. Can't do all the steps at the same time. Allow God time to work with you. You got to commit to Christ first. That's all right, Paige. I'm glad. I'm so glad you're hearing it too. That's right. Shelley said, one day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking of you. You see? But we got to commit to Christ first. Christ got to become your new bae. You got to be in love with him so much that you ain't willing, ain't nobody worthy enough for you to turn your back on God for no quick night rendezvous. No thank you. I'll pass. Don't come over here with the counterfeit stuff. I'm looking for the real deal. And the only way I can get the real deal, I got to be real with me. And I got to be real with God. See, we go to God with these prayers. God knows your heart. You can't fool him. You can't. You can't. You can't. That's right, Tony. Tony say, I struggled with being single until I fully submitted to God. Now I am totally in love with him. That's what I'm saying. That is the key. It is he. See, we try to circumvent Christ. We try to go around him. No, God said, come see me. Come see me. Let me heal your wounded heart. See, because we try to move on to the next relationship carrying all this trauma. Bags of trauma. And you expect the king to deal with that trauma? Because that ain't what he prayed for. See, the one you desire, he ain't even looking for you because you ain't ready. So we have to become that which we want in our presence. We have to become that. We got these long old lists. Oh, he got to have this. He got to have that. We got 40, 50 things on that list. And when we get tired of waiting, that 40-some-odd list becomes 2 things. He just need to be a man and got a job. Well, what happened to the rest of the stuff? When we get tired of waiting, our standards, we start dropping our standards because, why? We're tired of waiting. We're frustrated. We just want a body. Don't just have a desire to be with someone. Have a desire to build with someone. This is what kingdom is all about. Building God's kingdom. You can't just be with anybody. When you're chosen, your destiny has a certain appointment. And if you link yourself up with the wrong one, that destiny is halted. It is further delayed because you inserted yourself in the process and didn't allow God to do his perfect work. Don't you know the Creator created you? And he knows exactly who you need in your life. He knows exactly who he needs to bring together to put this plan in action. Don't you think he's worthy enough of that? I don't know. That's right. Yeah. We so used to lip action, We go off of what the mouth say. No, show me. Stop just saying, oh, I want this and I need a man that's going to do this. You think he ain't going to do exactly what you say just to get you? Allow him to show you. Stop putting it out there. Because see, when we put all that stuff out there, they do exactly what we say until they get you. Allow that man to show you who he is. Allow him to study you. That's right, Wanda. When God does it, everything falls right into place. We got to commit to ourselves. We got to make a commitment to ourselves. I'm not going to do relationships the way I used to. I'm not just going to sleep with him because he's my boyfriend and he done took me out a few times. Be our love, I hear you. She say, I'm going through this right now. Zephaniah says, amen, teach me. You see what I'm saying? We got to commit to ourselves, ladies. Because see, every time we lay with someone, a part of them lies dormant within you. So even when you try to walk away, you can't. Because that soul tie just got you wrapped up, tangled up in him. Don't care what he do. Because of that soul tie, I keep coming back. And we don't be understanding. We like, why I keep going back? Why I can't get him out my mind? Why I can't leave him alone? No matter how much he hurt me. But guess what? We put a lot of emphasis on what he's done to me, when we should be focusing on, what have I done to me? What have I allowed in my life? Focus on you in this season. Because see, it's because of what we allow is what will be. So if we take accountability and see that it was us that chose that relationship, it was us that gave him the phone number, it was us that opened the door, it was us that didn't require him to respect you, it was us that allowed him to lay with you, it was us that, come on, y'all see where I'm going? Thank you for the gifts. It was us. That's all right. You can be ashamed, Katina. But this is to help purpose you for the next level in your singleness. It's us. I'm so glad, Wanda. She said this is a healing message. It is us. We can't keep pointing the blame on them because it is you and us that allow the behavior. We allow it. So if you allow it, he's going to continue to do what you allow. That's all right, Jamie. Jamisha, it's all right. It's all right. See, when you become aware, that gives you the opportunity to change. You have the ability to change. She said, amen, you're speaking truth. It's us. When are we going to hold ourselves accountable for the hurt that we've endured in our lives? We already know who we're dealing with. Because he done showed you. He done showed you. So if it's you with a soul tie, you got to ask the Father to release you. Because you can't do it on your own. And I ain't talking something I heard. I'm talking about what I know. You got to ask the Father, Father, remove this bitterness from me. Remove this person that's in my life that I just can't seem to get away from. But we got to do more than ask. See, the Bible tells us faith without work is dead. So you can be believing on a thing, but you got to do some work. You got to get closer to Christ. You got to turn your plate down. You got to fast sometimes. You can't do it on your own. I'm here to tell you. You won't be able to do it on your own. And then we have to be able to heal from the trauma. She said, I needed to hear this because I've been battling with actually what you're speaking on. I know better. We got to heal from that trauma from our past. Then you got to allow Christ to cleanse you. He is it. He is it. It is he. Can't nobody else do it for you. I don't care how many times you go up to the altar and ask for prayer. I don't care how many times you sit and have a discussion with your pastor. It is he. Christ. I'm sorry, but that is the key. You have the ability to open the door, but we choose to create our own doors. Lord, you take it too long. Lord, I need a husband. Lord, where's my man? Huh? He look good. He smell good. He got a job. I need somebody to help me with these kids. We tired, so we make our own door. God said you need to come see me. That appointment, you got one with the doctor, with the right one. Only God can cleanse you up the way you need to be cleansed. There's a lot of people talking about relationships and, you ought to be able to have sex after 3 dates. And I've heard it here on TikTok. Wrong. It's not God's blueprint. We have to turn from our ways, because the Bible tells us that our ways are not his ways. That's the word. So in that making that commitment and in God cleansing you, you have to say bye to the pains of your past. See, we do a great job at masking. We're doing a phenomenal job. This is something we talked about at the retreat too. Do healing activities from it. We do a great job at masking, especially in the church. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. Okay. And you're depressed when you go home. Right. When they say they can have all that nonsense. That's what I'm saying. Forever Me said, happy before the intimacy and angry upset afterwards because I feel you. Listen, Forever Me. Thank you for my hat. Listen, Forever Me. Do you know why that is? She says, I'm happy before intimacy and angry upset afterwards because I feel used every time. Do you know why that is? You know why you angry after the act? Because see, we don't know what demons these people dealing with. Now that spirit is latched on to you. We depressed, we angry afterwards, and we don't even know why. Why am I upset? Why am I angry? Why am I sad? Why am I feeling this way? Because you carry spirits that belong to other folk. And you feel used because yet again, we've confused lust with love. That man get on up, he done. He ain't even staying the night. He just coming through to get what he want. He ain't even staying the night no more. That's it. Get up, wipe yourself off, and he gone. And there you are, laying with it, trying to figure it out. We got to resist the temptation. You're absolutely right. And we can resist. The Bible says, if you resist, he will flee. But no, we sit up there acting all cute. Oh, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Boy, go on somewhere. You already know you finna fall. You already know. The moment you open that door, the moment you answered his phone call, the moment you received his text, the moment you got dressed for him coming over, the moment you put on what you put on, the moment you sprayed your perfume, you already knew what was finna happen. Stop fooling out. We gotta stop fooling ourselves. Stop playing games with you. Get real with you. Why am I allowing this? Why is this okay? Don't I deserve more? Don't I deserve more? Don't I deserve more than just sex? Don't I deserve more than just an occasional phone call? Don't I deserve somebody who is especially designed just for me? Don't I deserve to just be with a person that I can trust? We got to stop settling. We got to be real with ourselves. But see, if you don't understand your worth, show me a woman that doesn't understand her worth, and I will show you a woman that doesn't have a relationship with Christ, a real one. A real one. A for real one. I'm not talking about a play one where I just go to church. I'm not talking about the one where I just dress up for church. I'm not talking about a one that I just call on the Lord when I need him. That's not a real relationship. Huh? Show me a woman that doesn't have worth or doesn't know her worth, and I will show you a woman that does not have a real relationship with Christ. Guaranteed. Because if you have a genuine relationship with Christ, you will begin to see yourself as Christ sees you. Come on. Y'all get up. Wake up. Wake up. God says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Huh? But we settle. We settle. Every time. You see the counterfeit. Your inner spirit done told you he ain't about nothing. And you still entertaining the foolishness. We still entertaining DMs and all this crap. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Stop thinking your lips, hips, and fingertips gonna keep him, because it ain't. You ain't the only one with it. Wake up. Stop thinking yours is better than hers, and that's what's gonna keep him. Wake up. Stop thinking if you cook him a good meal, he gonna stay. Wake up. Stop thinking if you pay him to go out with you, he gonna keep coming around. Wake up. That's not gonna keep him. Yeah, the red flag's right there. Red flags, green, yellow, orange, pink, all color flags is there. And we keep ignoring it. Thinking he gonna make a wife out of you? No. No. We in these 10-year situationships. Expecting a ring. No, ma'am, no. You done gave him everything. What's left? What's left? There ain't nothing left. He just with you enough until the one he really want to be. See, when we be in these long relationships or situationships, 7-year, 5-year, 3-year, we ain't got no ring. We ain't talking about marriage. We ain't even looking, nothing. We ain't doing nothing but sexing. And you thinking he gonna marry you? He break up with you and in 6 months he married to somebody else. Because you were never the one. I'm sorry to make this announcement. But I gotta do it. You ain't the one. And he ain't the one for you. We with these counterfeits and they in the way of you getting to your kingdom mate. They're in the way. They in the way. And you sitting there blaming it on God. Come on. They in the way. And you, Lord, I'm doing the best I can. No, you ain't. You settling for Joe Schmo because you tired of waiting on God. Keep giving yourself to a man that don't care nothing about you. Yeah, that's it, girl. You getting ready for the next one. He already know you ain't it. It don't take a man. Let me tell y'all something. It don't take a man a long time to know whether or not you the one. Matter of fact, he already knew who you was when he met you. Oh yeah, she easy. I can get that. I can keep tapping that. Oh, yeah, I can do whatever I want to do with her. She don't know who she is. She don't know her worth. I just finesse her. I just tell her I love her. Show her a little attention. Take her out every now and again. Show her some affection. And I got her. So who holding you back? Uh-oh. Who holding you back? Who holding you back? Who cop blocking? She say me. That's what I'm saying. Me. We holding ourselves back. We are holding ourselves back. We holding ourselves back. We. But that's good, sis, that you know it's you. It's not them. It's you. It's us. Wake up. Wake up. When you sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll surrender. When you tired of just giving yourself up and you ain't getting nothing in return but some further heartache. I can't trust him. I'm going through his phone. I'm fussing with him every day. What is that? Yeah. Hey, St. Louis. Chantel say it's me. That's what I'm saying. So if we know it's us, what do we have to do? We got to take the right steps. We have to take the right steps. Hey, Ish, thank you so much. We got to take the right steps. We can't bypass the steps, y'all. How we going to bypass all the steps to get to our kingdom mate? I want the kingdom mate, but I don't want to do what it takes for me to get there. Yeah. Take it back. Listen, Jamisha said, I'm tired of taking God for granted. Yes. Yes. You think God don't know? We know what it's like to feel used. You think God don't know when we using him, when we need him? You think he don't know that? He's the King of Kings, Lords of Lords. You think he don't know your intimate desires? He knows them. He knows you better than yourself. He knows our very thoughts. He knows. So ain't no need of us going to him without truth, because he already know. Yeah, it is. It's a terrible feeling. But we got to learn to worship him in the wait. We got to learn to say, Lord, although I can't see it, I thank you for it anyway. Lord, I thank you for being one step closer to you. See, we put our sights on the carnality of people, when God's saying that my spirit, if my spirit not residing in you, how you going to get somebody who the spirit is dwelling within? It's not going to connect. It's not going to connect. So you got to get yourself right. And the only way you're going to do that is forgetting those things that are behind you. You got to press forward. As hard as it may seem. I'm telling y'all, I was Goo Goo Gaga too. Hello. Thank you for the gifts. I was Goo Goo Gaga too. Nose wide open. Huh? I know about that. The peen put you out. I used to call it NyQuil back in the day. Put me to sleep. Know all about that. And even that ain't enough. It's not enough. You require so much more. You are worth so much more. But you have to know that about you. I can tell you all day how worthy you are. I can tell you all day how beautiful you are. I can tell you all day that you are a queen. I can read Proverbs 31. I can tell you how you a virtuous woman. I can do all that stuff. But until you know it, until you know it, nothing won't change. It'll be the same stuff. Different guy, different relationship, but same stuff. Because I ain't changed. But when you start changing, so will your circle, so will your desires. But you gotta change. So listen, y'all, I gotta run because I have to go pick up my baby. That's right. Zelphia said, know your worth and give your heart to God and believe in Him. Build yourself up. That's right. Because remember, Bible says our hearts are deceitful. Our hearts are deceitful. So you got to trust God in this season. You got to trust God in this season. Allow Him to purify the very essence of you. If you got problems with having sex and not being able to say no, pray about it. Talk to God the same way you talk to me. Same way you talk to your friends. God can hear you. You don't have to pray the way they pray in church or the way people be on here playing with God and speaking in these unknown tongues. You don't have to pray to God that way. You pray to God and you talk to Him just like I'm talking to you. Lord, help me. I need your help, God. He already know what you need. Pray to Him in sincerity. God, I want you to take these desires away from me until my appointed time. Help me in this area, and I guarantee you He will. Mind your ear gates. Mind what you're listening to, who you're listening to. When that dang girl sends you a YouTube song about let's get it on and all that foolishness, turn it off. When you already know he don't mean you no good, block his number. See, we want to hear from him, so we keep allowing him to call. But God is calling you. When you gonna answer that call? When you gonna answer that call? God keeps sending you signals. He keep on putting us right on our back. That posture of submission. And we keep ignoring the call. When you gonna pick up for God? When you gonna get intimate with God though? When you gonna love on Him? Because He the only one that won't ever leave you or forsake you. He the only one that's going to love you exactly where you are. He's the only one that's sitting there waiting on you. When you going to be intimate with Him? Make the commitment, y'all. Listen, if you're not following me, for those that have been following me throughout this broadcast, thank you so much for your follows. Thank you for your gifts. But hang in there. Hang in there. And follow me as I follow Christ, because this commission that God has given me was to teach singles what I learned during my single season. And it was while I was serving Christ that He blessed me with my kingdom mate. I wasn't checking for Him. I wasn't in Home Depot looking for Him. I wasn't dressed up going to no church expecting my husband gonna be there to be found. I was chasing after Christ. And that is when God saw fit to place my kingdom mate in my presence. He did it for me. He can do it for you. But there were some things that I needed to do. There were some things I needed to stop doing. Because God wasn't pleased. He's not pleased with you putting man before Him. God is a jealous God. And we got to see Him first. While you waiting in the waiting room, ask God to purify you so that when it's your appointed time, you will be ready. Listen, I love you all with the love of the Lord, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. I am Coach V Latrell, and I help spiritually minded singles date with a purpose without compromising their relationship with God. I love y'all. Y'all take care. Listen, hit the notifications button because I don't come on every day, but I want you to know when I am here. I love you so much. Take good care.